mystery.
I had a good post-it
Can the
note the other
Catboy
day.
mystery also be the Beckham mystery?
The
Catboy
Catboy
Beckhams.
mystery?
Yeah. The Catboy
God,
mystery is the
Chris,
Beckham mystery.
You're a genius.
I am. Thank you.
Can my Beckham be a Catboy?
Catboy
I mean, of course, obviously.
mystery.
Oh gosh, that's so weird. It's just like a hunter Catboy is just such a weird image in my mind. Of like
Sounds
meow, meow, rawr, I'm about to
This-
hunt you. Ooh.
This post-it also says White Bridge monster fucker, and I don't remember the exact context of that.
Oh, I got you. Skylanders.
I think we're good.
Are we good?
I
Do you
We
guys
did
like my
it.
son? Do you like my
Long
boy?
last.
Do you see
We've
him?
done it.
He's important to me.
By George, we did it. We're here now.
5 voices, all normal. Oh
Oh,
no.
thank God.
Thank you, Saul. I appreciate
Big
Yes.
it.
applause for
Yeah.
Saul for
Everyone-
doing that.
Everyone put a big
What a fucking
ZDZ emote in chat
champion.
for Saul.
The moral here is to never do anything new and continue doing everything as you did it. Don't try anything
Yeah.
ever
Well,
at all.
Now
Yep.
hold on.
Now, hold on.
Oh God.
I might post another announcement real quick, just in case.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
Yeah, do
yeah.
that. Thank you.
Everybody come back, please. Good idea.
A big ZDZ.
I don't want anybody to miss it.
Oh man.
Oh, we did it. We did it, gang.
Oh, that's so funny. I have because I use Opera GX and I have like forced dark pages on because I was doing documents and I don't like light mode, and if for some reason it turns all the emotes into like these super high exposure images for no reason.
Oh.
Bongus. Thank you for the bongus in chat, Bad Wolf.
Oh yes, Bongus. Thank you.
Bongus.
Truly blessed.
And here we are. We're back. Okay, start the YouTube video now.
We made it.
We made it.
We did it.
And so now's a good time for me to say, welcome to TurnTables RPG. We are an experimental tabletop RPG stream where every player GMs and every GM plays. We take turns at the end of each mystery, switching out the GM and telling a long-form improvised story. We're returning for our second season of Monster of the Week, but don't you worry, because the new story is taking place in a new setting with brand new characters, mostly. If you'd like to check out our first season, however, because it does happen in the same world, those VODs are available on our YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, hey Mars, can you tell us more?
I can. A lot of our VODs are on YouTube. Like our session 1 of or our season 1 of Monster of the Week. Return to OE, which is our Uncharted Worlds summer mini campaign, and all of our Tiny Tables one-page RPG content. Follow us on social media as well at TurnTables RPG on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch and YouTube. And I think that's it. And join our Discord channel. Subscribe to Discord group. The link is in the thing.
It is.
Chat.
Yeah. The link is in the chat. I'm good at this. I'm good at advertising things.
Speaking of things, we would like to mention that for Season 2, we have changed around some of the logistical aspects of the stream. First, we are trying to rein in our sessions to be about 3 to 3.5 hours in length. And also, we will be taking a break after every mystery to give ourselves a little bit of a break and you guys, the audience, time to catch up. Basically also allowing each subsequent keeper to have a little bit of extra time to come up with a dastardly plan for their mystery.
Along with those updates, I have to read on here because I can't look at the chat or else all of you will disappear. Along with those updates, we do have new character art for our Season 2 characters, which was created by the incredible Patrick Costa at PCInc_ on Instagram and Twitter. Please go give him a follow and like some of his posts and commission him if you'd like. He does great work. We are also working on expanding our channel points, like you may have seen earlier. In between audio issues, if you spend a certain amount of channel points, we will talk like Joey Wheeler for an undetermined amount of time. And if you spend even more points, we will say Arnar for an undetermined amount of time. We learned in session 1 that the Arnar can get, y'all may abuse that power just a little bit. So we have increased the amount of points that you need to have to use the Arnar. And then we're also working on expanding our emote library for here on Twitch and on our Discord as well. And we are working on getting captions available. TBD after tonight. TBD. Okay. Yes, but along with that, it took a lot of work, but thank you again for supporting us. Chris?
Okay, and all of those updates and changes wouldn't be possible without your amazing help. And the best way you can help is by using this cute little thing you have. If you give your money to our Lord Jeffrey Bezos, Amazon Prime. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can in fact give it to me, specifically me. I hold every time you subscribe with Twitch Prime, I just get a little bit more powerful, and I will at one point have enough energy to fully take over the world. And oh, what I will do, the changes I shall bring. So feel free to just get on in there. It's very easy if you connected your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You just have to click subscribe, and there should be a little checkbox if you're on desktop to say sub with Prime, and it's free. And gosh, do I love them! Gosh, do I love them! Thank you. That's all. Is Saul frozen?
No, I'm not frozen.
Oh, he was
sorry.
just getting super still.
Oh, was that still me?
Still
Oh,
me.
I'm so sorry, guys. This is my first time doing these announcements like these. I'm sorry. My newness is leaking through. Speaking of supporting, we definitely want to give a shout out to the Reflections of Chaos crew who stream on Wednesdays. They're friends of the channel. It's a D&D charity stream that I play in on Wednesdays. We start at around 5 to 5:30, and you can find them at twitch.tv/Aurelia with a 3. We should be playing tomorrow, so please come on by and say hey and check out who we're helping out and have some D&D antics. Dustin, you got something to plug.
Yeah, next Monday is the day of love, everybody's favorite day, Valentine's Day. But at twitch.tv/Valor6, that's me. I'm going to be streaming for Valentine's Day, where we will be, doing some gameplay. It's mostly going to be something at least somewhat romance related. I asked on Twitter for suggestions, so if you guys want to hit me up on Twitter about any dating sims or anything like that you want to hit me up with, or any waifu/husbandu games, like if you've got games like that. Right now, I know I would love to play Stardew, which is a nice simple game with nice romanceable options. So we'll see. But beyond that, I know that some people were saying things like Monster Prom and Monster Camp. I'm gonna have to see if I can find some friends who aren't busy on Valentine's Day.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's where I was actually leading toward.
I can do silly voices.
Is seeing if you guys are free. But yeah, but anyways, that's gonna be on Monday at twitch.tv/Valor6, and it's going to be going. It'll probably start around 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern, and then going until we don't go any, which will be. That might be so, which is usually going to be pretty late. I don't know, around this time or later, probably tomorrow. Anyways, that's me.
Cool, and also feel free to check out my portfolio. And I do the graphic design, and I do the art, and I do the many things. If you would like to check that out, or if you know someone who is looking for a graphic designer or art person. I will do work for I don't know. I'm not good at setting prices, so you can exploit me if you want.
Now,
Don't
hold on.
exploit Chris.
No, don't do
exploit
that. We'll
Chris.
beat you up. No.
I'll do it for
Yeah.
$1. I'll draw you a nice picture for $1, please. Anyway,
But you should pay him more than $1. Please,
At
Please
least
set
pay
your
$1.
prices
$1.
higher than $1.
$1, dollar, please.
Money, please. It's me. I'm the.
Is my Ranger from the South? Is my grandmother writing another book? We are actually in the process of writing the second book. Well, the second book is written. It's just I'm finishing up the art and all the formatting details, and so hopefully that will be up, I believe, sometime in June or July, one of those. But thank you for asking. Yes, please send me $1 million, preferably in the format of Twitch Primes. If you subscribe to me, if you subscribe to my Twitch channel specifically on Twitch, where you can't sub to me on Twitch, then I will give you one drawing. That's all I had to say. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you guys.
Cool. I think that's. Does anyone else have anything? I think that's everything.
I might have one more thing. I have to see if there's been an official update.
Go for it.
Oh,
But even if there hasn't, I did art for the Clever Girl RPG, and it's cool art, and I'm proud of it. And I got to draw dinosaurs and get paid for it, which is pretty neat. There is an
$1?
update.
where can we find that?
You can find that at I don't know. The Kickstarter is done, but
Is it
the
on-
draft has arrived.
Ooh.
Ruby Lavin, who did the layout for Wonder Home, did the layout for that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you subscribe to
Some
that,
of us
if
back
you
to the
did-
Kickstarter.
did the Kickstarter, soon, cool art soon. Oh, and now I can say my cool stuff from last week. If you watched our Chaos Theory time, if you watched the Chaos Theory time, I drew Darwin for some of my art. So
Okay.
Darwin makes a cameo appearance in the Clever Girl RPG.
I had a feeling because
Very
you mentioned Darwin and then immediately stopped talking, and I'm
Yeah.
like, ah. So
And you can see that art on Kickstarter now. So
okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. So stay tuned, and we'll. I'm sure Mars will continue to share updates and things like that.
I will.
Yep. I know I'm stoked because I backed at a level that gets me a physical copy, so then I get to just like have Mars art and rest my little cheek in it and play the game probably. Most importantly, having Mars art in my physical hands is going to
Agreed.
be exciting. So
Yeah, that'll be nice someday. I
'Cause I have-
I was unable to kickstart it, but
yeah,
I mean that doesn't mean I can't buy it later.
I realized I had physical Chris art too because I bought his grandma's book.
Oh yeah.
So the rest of you need to just mail me art so that I can
Yeah, let me just
lay
show you
in
my
a
art.
little pile of everyone's art.
Listen, you guys take part in what I do for art, which is writing. So you are my art.
Oh,
When we
it's very cute.
Thank you. Please paint me like one of your French girls, but with words.
Also, before we pass it to you, Dustin, I also want to give a shout out to Chris for finding this music, because this is actually a pretty cool jam to have.
Yeah, I'm
during
into
the starter
this.
part.
Okay.
And I'm sure the rest
I
of
have
the
Music
tracks
Man
tonight
muted. This
will
is
be-
embarrassing.
Oh, yikes. I'm sure the rest of the tracks tonight will also be really, really cool. So thank you, Chris, for doing that work and finding that
I have
music.
just 10 hours of me screaming. I think it'll be fun.
Good.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it.
Props to you for going all in on that. I know
Yeah, I
it
didn't
was
loop audio at all. It was
yeah.
all the 10 hours is of just me.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
even had to get like a special machine to breathe for you, so you keep going.
Yeah.
No, he just practiced his what is it, like cyclical breathing, like what they do with didgeridoos. They don't have to inhale.
All right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Dustin.
Anyways, I don't have an opening this week because we just kind of left off leading into it. So just to get us going, we'll talk about where we left off last week when we get back. But first, I want to welcome you all back to Monster of the Week. Play that cool opening.
Hi everyone, we're back.
Hi,
Hello.
we made it. Speaking of back, let's think back for a second, shall we? To 7 days ago. What happened?
Oh, 7 days in the real world.
In the
Oh
real
god,
world,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
life.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, as in, let's talk about what happened last week. And the way I like to do this is by making you guys talk about it, so I don't have to. So, where are we?
last
we are
I-
in.
go no go
Sorry,
for it. Go you go, Chris.
Okay, we are in the town of Fogwell, which I don't know if we spoke about of that much in detail last session, but Fogwell is a little port town on the west coast of the great old U.S. of A. That we will actually be spending most of this season hanging around in. And so that's where we were. That's the location. Specifically, I'll pass it off to someone else to talk about these specific events that happened in last session in this quirky little port town.
Okay. We were introduced at the very beginning to a red-haired, wiry young man who was trying to peep an eye at this dead body on the beach, but was being blocked by law enforcement and crowds. However, they did catch enough to where they began to wrangle a fun cater of characters from across the town. We were introduced to Cole Van Helsing, Dustin's character in this world, as they go from the beach down an alleyway, and they meet Philip, who was having a very, very important conversation with a raccoon at the time. And, you know, fuck Cole for ending that conversation, but whatever, it's fine. They
That reckon will be pivotal.
Cole told Philip to go to the library. We don't know why until later when we find out that Cole works there, and also is the only employee there, and left it unlocked, just open to the public with nobody else there.
It's a public library.
Okay, sure, yeah. And then Cole made their way over to a coffee shop where they also wrangled Ren and Arthur, who are Mars and Mine's characters, as well, to go to the library with specifically the news that this dead body had been found, and has been, I believe, the fourth body within the year that has been found at the foot of the lighthouse. And so we reconvened at the library. Mars, do you want to take it from there?
Sure. We reconvene at the library. Try and do some reading, but two of our party members can't read modern English. Because that's how it goes sometimes. And then we... Oh gosh, I got derailed thinking about how our party can't read.
Pretty
okay.
distracting.
We found a 50-year-old news clipping.
Yes, we did. That told that there was an event like this 50 years ago where people kept dying around this lighthouse, and we don't know why. So we putzed around the library for a bit. Learning that this seems to be a unfortunate lighthouse death trend, before making our way towards the death lighthouse. And going to look at it and maybe look at a corpse.
Yeah, do you remember where you were all heading at the end of?
We were going to the emergency center, the only one that's in Fogwell.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's no hospital. There's just this clinic, essentially.
Yeah.
Yep. It has kind of like a morgue underneath it in the second basement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because I keep making those. All right. Now, there is one last thing that we're going to talk about that technically happened last week that didn't happen last week. Whoa, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. There was a point in time where Cole headed off into the woods while everybody else was convening at the library. So let's take us back to that moment in time and find out what happened. So we continue to follow this. This music is so good. Anyways, we continue to follow this redheaded kid into the forest itself. And he seems to be looking around. He almost looks like he's trying to be sneaky, but he's doing a very bad job at it, stepping on twigs and things like that. But slowly, our view shifts slightly ahead of him in the direction he's going. And in a nice, peaceful, almost secluded place near the edge of the forest, we find someone else. Who do we find?
You find a woman in her late 30s, early 40s, wearing a very long leather duster jacket. She has nice dark purple hair that has been braided somewhat messily that hangs over her shoulder. And on the other shoulder sits just a fuzzy little guy. Should I just introduce her all the way? I can just do that so for our audience. The woman that you see before you is Fig. Fig is a tracker, which is a playbook made by a friend of mine and community member of a lot of Discords that I'm a part of, Mike Keck. He has made a couple of like homebrew Monster of the Week playbooks. I will share the link in chat real quick while we're here, because he published them to itch. Anyway, yeah, I think that. Am I missing anything? I don't know. I don't remember what everybody said for theirs.
That's pretty well done. Anything you want to say about the tracker specifically to kind of give them an idea, or do you want to just let them find out as time goes on?
Yeah, I mean, just because people may not look it up on their own, the kind of tag quote for the tracker is, "I've spent my life hunting down monsters. These things tend to be pretty good at covering their tracks. Lucky for us, I'm better." So the tracker is kind of that classic, like, looks at a set of funky prints and knows which direction the monster went. I imagine it's like a little bit like The Witcher, a little bit like a lot of other things that are out there. I asked Mike at some point what his inspiration was and promptly forgot what he said.
I mean, The Witcher is, that seems to fit.
Yeah.
Or just D&D Ranger.
Other inspiration, the hunter from Jumanji.
Oh,
Van
wow.
Pelt. Also, Jessica Jones / Hawkeye, Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, yeah.
This is his phrasing. Plus that one character from every old Western movie that looks at, like, a completely blank stone floor and is like, there were 12 of them. Nice. They were here 6 hours and 15 minutes ago, and they went that way. One's homesick, two have low iron.
Also,
anyway,
the very first scene that in Two Towers where Aragorn is like has his ear to the rock and he says, "Their pace is quickened." That part.
Yeah. So I think that what plays out is Fig turns around just as Cole comes out of the brush or whatever and just looks at him and says, Cole, I bet you thought that you were being sneaky, huh?
No.
What do you need?
Okay, so first, and then Cole bows Uh,
Oh.
so there's something crazy going on in town, teacher, and I was waiting for the reaction to that. Great, amazing, exactly what I was hoping for. We'll explore this as time goes on, Chad. Don't worry about it right now. And I was telling everybody about it, but I wanted to make sure that I got got the gangs all together, and they're all heading back to the library. But there's a body on the beach, and it's like the fourth one this year, and it's kind of weird. And they never let people see the body, so I just think it's kind of strange. And I mean strange with like a capital S, if you know what I mean. Like, strange. And he does like the like a thing with his hands.
Right. Is this gonna be like last time when you told me that there was something funky going on and it was just a wolf?
Listen, wolves can be scary. Wolves can be weird.
That's fair. I have seen a couple of wolves that were wrong. The way that the animals are sometimes not quite right. Whatever. Listen, if it'll help you sleep at night, I will go ahead and check it out. But I gotta take care of some stuff over here first. I haven't finished making breakfast for my little guy, and I haven't made breakfast for myself, actually. I don't know that my little guy would react at all.
That's fine. He's not expecting him to. He's just being polite. It's only polite.
Yes, and I think that Fig instinctually pets him as you point to him. But I'm sorry. You said that you told everybody. Who all is going to be there? How? Oh God! How easy as a group are we gonna be to spot? Is this gonna be like an easy sneaking in kind of situation, or is your glowy-eyed floating buddy, who still makes me a little bit uncomfortable, gonna be there?
Why does everybody keep saying that?
Saying
yeah, no.
What?
Philip is weird. Anyways, yeah, he's there. I got him and Ren and Arthur. The gang, the group, the hunters. Anyways, I just think that we could really use your help.
Right. Well, give me a couple hours. I will meet up when I'm done with my morning rituals.
Okay, well, we're at the library, but they're probably not going to be there for long. Also, my break was over 5 minutes ago, so I should probably get back.
Right, because the people of this town really love stealing books.
Listen, I get paid to do what I get paid to do.
All right, well,
even legendary hunters have to eat.
I appreciate you bringing this to my attention, and I look forward to meeting up with the rest of the gang. Oh boy.
All right. And just like that, I vanish. And he backs back into the forest and immediately trips over a root and rolls down the hill. I'm okay.
I imagine him trying to do like the Homer Simpson, but like catching a root and just like.
Yeah, that's absolutely what he did. Yes.
I'm glad you're all right. Goodness gracious, that boy's gonna get himself real hurt one of these days.
And the rest, as they say, is history until now.
Or is it mystery?
Not if you watch the VOD from last week on YouTube.
That's true.
Wow.
Good plug. I think the rest of us were trying to head to the emergency center the last we like broke off. Also, I was expecting Cole to say something about wolves, similar to Dwight Schrute of like, I shot a werewolf once, but by the time I got to it, it had turned back into my neighbor's dog. Yes, so I guess, Philip's been here longer than the two of us, correct?
Yeah, by a little bit, by like a month or two.
Okay, so you would have a better understanding of like where the center is in town.
Yeah, he knows the hopping places.
Okay, yeah. The morgue in the second basement is super hopping.
It is. Well, for him.
Cool.
I'm attracted by the smell of death.
Arthur's just gonna kind of like look at Ren.
Ren is just going to look at Arthur.
Here, you turn in your camera like you're looking at me, and I think you go the other way.
I'm turning the wrong way.
So there's I'll kind of explain the building that it's in. It's actually more like almost a I'm gonna say shopping center, but not like a big one. What I mean is that there's multiple like storefronts in this one little area where the urgent care clinic is.
Strip
Like
mall.
it's kind of like a strip mall, but like, so there's the clinic which takes up most of the space, like because it's the only medical place in town. There's a place that prepares taxes. It's usually not really like around this time of year. You may actually see some people in there because this does take place, around January, February. There is an old video rental store that's somehow still open. Like it's like a locally owned place that it's open on some days and some days it's not. It doesn't really have a schedule for when it's open and when it isn't, but it's in there. And like a little, like just the side of it, there's like a little parking lot with a self car wash. That's basically what's in this area. And what's really funny is I just described something that's actually in my town. That exact thing is in my town. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Let's go for it. So yeah. And as you approach, there is like it's not quite an ambulance and not quite a hearse, but it's like almost a mix of the two.
Perspulence.
Like
Ambulars.
So
Yeah.
The building itself is completely bricks. Like it's nothing to write home about. There's nothing grandiose about the building. It's maintained, but not like it doesn't look brand new or anything.
Is there like any law enforcement here?
Not that you can see. Like there's no like marked cars outside or anything.
Okay. So what now?
Well, we could walk in and ask very nicely to see the body.
We
I
could do that.
feel like it's a bad idea, but
I'll
Not-
do it.
I feel like it's if any of us are to do it, you would be the worst candidate. Not
I don't know why you would say that. That kind of
You-
hurts my
You don't
feelings.
know why.
you're a little bit abnormal in the face region.
I'll zip up my frog hoodie.
See, but
Because
that's
that
also
makes
weird.
it better.
It does. Well, honestly, in my experience, people instead it's sort of like when I'm walking down the road, instead of people looking at me and screaming in terror, they just look at me in confusion, and I prefer the confusion.
Yeah, see, but I think confusion's probably not gonna serve us super well when asking to see a dead body.
I think they'll be attracted to my mysterious aura.
Could we maybe distract them and try and get them out?
Not a bad plan.
Keeper, you let me know when and if I arrive on scene / overlap with these guys.
Please, Fig sounds
So
like
my
very
my
together.
my thought actually, like if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, is actually, you know what? Hang on a minute.
You've been here the whole time.
Please continue your conversation.
Please, Keeper, give us a competent member of this group.
Please continue. continue your
Competent.
Debatable.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I just if he goes in there with his hoodie, I don't know.
I mean, I know a doctor. Maybe I've picked up, like, some doctor lingo. I could pretend I don't have a lab coat or anything, but
I didn't know that. You know a doctor.
I do. He's weird. But,
Do they accept house calls? Because I've had this weird creak in my knee. And he holds up his knee and it's just sort of like limp.
I don't... He's far away.
I also don't think your knee should be exposed all the time like that.
Yeah.
I just like it. I like the breeze.
But
Fair.
I could pretend I'm, like, some sort of out-of-town doctor come to check out a corpse.
And we're your very cool and mysterious lab assistants.
Yeah.
I don't even want to come in. This is fun.
I guess, you could be my lab partners.
Okay, so we all have a plan. Let's put our hands in and let us go. Count of 3, we say go team.
See, but do we think the distraction idea is better? Or do we combine the two? Or do we just stand out here and wait for something to happen? Because that's always a...
Two might not be bad.
I could just go in.
I think that it is at this point that from around the back of the building, you see, I guess, varying levels of familiarity to all of you. The person who I have already described, Fig. And I think that I'll do it the right way. I am kind of looking around a little bit, like trying to be a little bit quiet, and then sees the 3 of you having a not so quiet discussion about how to best get in the middle of the parking lot, and she'll just give up on trying to be sneaky and walk right up and kind of like head in hand.
Oh, look, it's the scary lady. Hello, scary lady.
So Cole got to you too.
Good to see y'all as well. Scary lady.
You have a long coat. It's not white, but you could pretend to be a doctor.
Right. Cole gave me not a whole lot of information about what is going on. I just know that there are dead bodies, and I know that they happened at the beach. My guess is that I found you all here means that what we want to see is in there, right?
We're trying to get into the second basement. It has a morgue.
Yeah, we want to see a dead body. And not just any dead body. That sounds weird.
I'd like to see a dead body.
You are a dead body.
Oh my
And he looks down at himself.
god. Mercy me. This is certainly, man.
Arthur's checked out.
And now hold on, where's is Cole not with you all? Is he already inside? Oh my god, he better not be in there.
He is chained down with the horrible clutches of capitalism.
Oh god, I thought you were gonna say that he's been arrested. No, you just mean that he's working. That's fine.
Yes.
Gotta work your 9 to 5. Yeah.
Not if you don't pay taxes because you were declared legally dead 20 years ago.
Well, same. Except I don't know if it's been 20 years.
Oh God, do I have to pay my taxes?
I don't think so.
Ring, ring,
You're
ring. It's
probably
the
off the
IRS.
hook.
Please give
I
me
don't
your
think-
money.
I don't think any of us pay taxes.
Okay,
That's
hang on a minute.
That's actually the big bad of the campaign is the IRS.
Cole,
They're gonna,
Cole,
No, that's why you guys keep Cole around
He
to get the
pays
cops
taxes.
off of your back.
Hmm.
God.
That's- Cole is the most normal out of everyone, and no, he isn't.
Eric says Fig is guilty of tax evasion. You shut your mouth. Keep.
Fig is off
Yeah,
the
we all
off the
have
grid.
like somewhat okay excuses, but Fig just doesn't play taxes.
Cole just does everyone's taxes without them knowing.
Fig. Oh my God. Listen. Before you guys just bust on in there doing something kind of wacky, I'm gonna just take a quick look around and see if there's just like a back entrance or something. I mean, have you guys? I'm just gonna take a quick peek. And I would like to investigate a mystery, please.
Why don't you investigate a mystery, please?
Wow, incredible.
Imagine, I couldn't.
Imagine
Hey.
thinking before you just try and break into a morgue.
No, you guys are thinking just fine. I'm doing what my character would do, which is look.
which is
I have the books this time too, so I can like
hell yeah.
actually physically open the book.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Was
No,
this the
we're
crit
cool.
show
We're
dice?
fine. I rolled a 4 and a 1. I did. It's the crit show dice. But I have a +2 sharp, so that's a 7.
Nice.
Okay, so you can
God
hold one.
almighty.
Or yeah.
Um,
Where is the? Oh, okay. I was on the wrong page to actually see all the question.
I would like to ask what is being concealed here, in the form of perhaps an easy way in to the building that's not the front door. Don't you give me that. That will allow me, you know.
Yeah, no, actually, we can say that you almost caught kind of a glimpse of it before. There's actually like, it's not a traditional entrance, but there's a, you know, those windows that a lot of basements have, where they like kind of look out into the outside from below, like the little like
Just see
they're
people's feet and nothing else.
basically, yeah, those. There's one of those around the back.
Okay.
I gestured vaguely because I was gesturing to the window in my room because that's the window in my room. But then I realized I just like kind of stuck out my hand.
Alas, poor Yorick.
I hardly knew him.
I hardly knew him. Yeah, you're right. Or
Um,
no, I knew him.
Yeah, I knew
Um,
him.
Did anybody come with me while I'm kind of looking around, or am
Are-
I just solo here?
You just see Philip floating like really close to you.
Ah, fuck.
Like in the shadows.
Oh god. Right.
Do you have a gun that's big enough to blow a hole in the building?
I'm not gonna do that because this is where the people in this town get their medical help, and that would probably be a crime.
Probably.
Don't worry, if anyone got
Probably.
hurt, I'll fix them.
Right. Okay. All right. I
Kind of.
think Fig is just gonna like look at Philip for like a long moment and just look at him and try to read something on his face and then realize that she just fucking can't read anything on his face because it's bone.
You notice that like
Um,
his glowing eyes are just constantly vibrating.
And then I think she's gonna like get on her knees and see if she can peek into the window.
In the window, there is. I mean, it's what looks like a traditional basement question mark, but not like. What I mean is that it's mostly made of brick. There's no like fancy carpeting or anything like that. There are maybe 6 coolers in the wall itself, and when I say coolers, I of course mean people coolers. I don't mean regular coolers.
Oh no.
And in the middle of the room, there is a gurney with something on it and a sheet thrown over that something.
Couldn't be easy.
Do
There
I see
is
any people down there?
You don't see any people, but there is an open door on the opposite side, and looks like it goes into almost an office-like area, or maybe just where the stairs are.
Right. Nope, that's the Aussie. That's coming out. I knew this was gonna happen. What about the second morgue? I will look back up at Philip and just look at him and say, right, let's go tell the others that there's a second way in here and see if we can develop some kind of plan. And while we're kind of making our way back up to the front, I'm just gonna be like, is there a reason that we can't just, like, ask to see the bodies normally? Is this, like...
Well,
I mean, I know that normally
usually,
the cops don't let you, but sometimes you can schmooze them.
well, as fun as it would be to try to seduce the cop, I find as though, if we mostly decided that if the family wasn't allowed to see the body, we probably would not be allowed to see the body. We considered for a moment pretending to be doctors and going in there, which I think we were going to do before you showed up. But it would have been a good plan if we had done it. I feel. Ren came up with it, and I was I trust them.
It's certainly not the worst plan, although I don't know that any of you look like you've been to medical school.
I was going to say we are one of those funky new age doctors.
Are y'all back with the group now?
Yeah, I think we've come back to the group, and I will.
I look very tired, like a doctor.
That's fair. You got the hair too, the like half up, half down. I know that's really big with like.
I also
elder
look tired.
millennials at the moment. Listen, there is one of those like windows that they've got kind of in like basement rooms, like what Mars has. I think that we could probably make our way in there, but the door to get in there from the inside of the building is open, so there's a possibility that we would let someone know that we were entering if we weren't quiet. So which one of us do we think is the quietest? Or do we want to try to create a diversion? Maybe one of you can hotwire that ambu-hearse.
I can be dead quiet.
Philip? You're charming, but you scare me. Right?
Thank you. I appreciate the charming comment. It's very rare that I get a compliment.
Please don't let it go to your head.
He doesn't touch the ground.
He is also a social person.
I'm a social butterfly, Cole says.
Cole is right. Do you think you could also, it would be very bad if, Philip got caught in there. He is abnormal in appearance. Sorry, Philip.
I will cover my face with my frog hoodie.
I mean, it might be better that he goes in there without the hoodie, because then if someone comes in and they see a living
I can lie down and pretend like I'm a corpse.
Now that's not a bad idea. What I had in mind is that he could be like, oogledy boogledy, you are having an episode, and then he could smack them a little bit, and then when they wake up and they're like, hey, officer, I don't remember the names we gave to officers, I saw a floaty skeleton man, the officer is gonna be like, you gotta stop drinking whiskey during your morgue shifts, Jimbo.
I would say another thing we could do. I could just go in there and tell them I have no memory of my past, because that's actually a medical thing. And I'm still struggling with that.
That is correct.
So I could distract them for a little bit, possibly.
You could also say you've had way too much Tylenol today.
I mean, it's not really working, so I could ask them for more Tylenol. Once again,
Yeah, but I
Turntables
think-
RPG does read the bottle. Please read the bottle. This is
Yeah,
fictional.
Don't
read the
OD
bottle.
on Tylenol, please.
Yeah.
Tylenol especially is. Now, I don't want to be. I'm sorry. I'm doing a lot of talking. It just feels like there was this period of 4 hours recently where I couldn't say anything, and it kind of was a bummer. But I haven't yet had to seek the expertise of the medical professionals in this here town, but I have a feeling that the physician who's going to try to help you with your headache is not necessarily the same person that handles the dead man in the sub-basement. So, I mean, you could still keep track of somebody. You could, I mean...
You could go in there and pretend like you're a crazy person and knock over bottles.
Are there bottles in there?
I hope they're staying hydrated.
This feels like a worse plan than Philip sneaking in.
So it's about this moment that the door to the clinic opens, and Brian with a Y, who
Oh no!
is
He zips up his hoodie.
is a uniformed officer, steps out, moves over to like the side of the door and lights up a cigarette.
That's really unhealthy for your lungs.
I think that if we want to do this, we gotta do it now.
Okay,
Philip,
I'll go in.
All right, well, how about this? I'll stand watch by the window, and if things get weird in there, you guys can make a distraction out here.
Specifically, what am I trying to do? Do you want me to speak to the body?
I think, I mean, the fact that we don't even know what it looks like, I say we take a look at it first and we go from there.
Okay.
Please don't, touch it, probably. I don't know.
I'll touch
You have-
if we need to.
Do you have fingerprints? Do they fingerprint a body? I don't think they do.
I have fingerless
should still-
gloves.
Avoid touching it.
Okay, well, I'll think about it. I don't know, like, my hands tend to wander, but not in a way that requires consent from people. Okay, bye-bye.
All right. I am going to make my way back over to that window, which I realized I didn't even check to see if it was like openable from the outside. But I think that I am going to make sure that Philip is following me and see how to open it.
Okay. Why don't you
Don't make me roll.
I can roll.
why don't you act under pressure?
Me?
Whoever's opening the window.
Do you want to open the window, Philip?
Do we want to metagame this? And, like, who has higher cool?
I
don't care.
No. I'm not ready to level up already. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'll try to open the window then.
I think that Fig is going to do what she said she was, which is stand watch, right? Like she, I think, is going to echo what the cop did and like lean against the wall and probably like fuck around with the little guy.
Yeah, when you walk
just kinda,
past, he
like,
just gave you a
bouncing.
nod, by the way. He's just like, he doesn't seem suspicious of you guys walking past the building.
Good. Not yet.
Okay, so act under pressure.
Act under pressure for me, please, my friend.
Okay, well, that got cocked on my keyboard.
Well, then re-roll it.
Okay, I rolled a 4 and a 6, which is a 10, plus my 1
Okay.
cool is an 11.
Oh yeah.
All right, and according to Act Under Pressure, you do what you set out to. So yeah,
I open the window.
the window presses open, very easily. In fact, it doesn't seem like it was locked, and you're able to slip inside.
Okay, I assume no one's just standing there and sees a frog hoodie man float down to the floor.
No, you would have seen them before you went inside.
Okay.
There's nobody in that room right this second.
Okay, so then I float over to this table with the sheet and I dramatically grab onto the sheet and rip it off to reveal what's underneath.
And right as that happens, the scene shifts.
Oh,
Ooh, wow,
And
sweet.
the two of you, still standing outside the front, see the police officer begin to put out his cigarette and get ready to go back into the clinic.
okay.
Someone's gonna have.
We have to do something. We have to do something now. Mm-hmm.
We have swords. Sword.
Cut my hand. Cut my hand. Cut my hand.
And
I was thinking just have a parking lot sword fight.
No. We'll get arrested.
I could just cut
You cut your own hand.
He's gonna unsheath his sword a little bit and just run his hand and then close it and then gonna be like, very loud and kind of make sure that the officer sees and kind of like turn around and kind of begin making his way towards the
take your sword.
officer. My hand.
why don't you roll to manipulate someone
Damn
for
it.
me there? Because he definitely saw you standing in the parking lot for about 5 minutes. while he
Oh
smoked
no!
Oh no!
And
Hello,
all of a sudden
friends.
you're hit. Well, it's just an accident.
If you are keeping track of the bingo game and you see the slot that says a PC is socially awkward, go ahead. Go ahead and mark that off. Just go ahead. Roll that
Keeper,
off.
I rolled a 2 and a 1, and I have a +1 to charm, so it's a 4.
This is great.
Baby's
Okay.
first failure.
Go ahead, mark experience.
We'll do.
Oh, is that our first like mark experience?
It is for this this season, yeah.
Yay!
And under manipulate someone on a miss, your approach is completely wrong.
Mhm.
You offend or anger the target.
Lovely.
Wow. Well, at least he's distracted.
And Brian squints at you.
With the Y.
He looks down at your hand, and then, without missing a beat, he leans to the side and looks at the sword you just cut your hand with.
God damn it. I will
and
say
then-
I said that it was on my back, but it's a failure, so it doesn't matter.
And then, you're right, and I do understand that it's back. But the basically what's caused this problem is that he saw you do it basically.
Okay.
And so he knows that something is back there. So he leans and he looks, and then he leans and looks back to you, and he goes, "Is this some kind of fraud, boy?"
My hand is actively bleeding. So no. What exactly are you referring to?
You just cut your own hand open.
Right.
That's why I brought him here. I am helping him. He seems to have episodes.
You helped him by standing outside of a clinic for 5 minutes.
Well, I brought him here and then he seemed to be fine, so I was like, maybe he's not. Maybe he's fine, and then he,
Why
Cut
don't you
his
roll to
hand.
manipulate someone for me there, Ren?
Great, cool. Something I'm super good at. Better than a Hafiz, though. Oh? Oh? That's an 8.
Okay. So, on a mixed success... No. Yeah, it is still mixed success. Okay. On a mixed success from manipulate someone, that's on this page, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. He sure don't look like he's having an episode. Why don't you just play us something, Saul?
Right,
Play
old governor. It's me, good old Cockney, here to get my hand fixed. Say God save the Queen. Who ordered
carrying around
the
a
bush,
sword.
the fig pudding? Other British words. I'm kind of sounding like Bertie now. I'm Sir Bertie. I'm Bertie like the hottest the Lord of Greencastle.
That seems problematic. And also, he has a sword, which means he could be a danger to himself.
Yeah.
And Ren is trying to,
All right, I'll
Eric's
tell you
judging
what.
my impression. I know.
You leave your sword with me, and you can go inside.
That's his emotional support sword.
It really is, though.
Oh my god.
I can't let you go into a medical place with a weapon that you just used to slash your own hand open. I'll hold on to it. You get it back.
That's fair, Governor. I'll get it back, though.
Yeah, you'll get it back.
Voice?
Because I'm supposed to be having an episode.
Okay.
You want me to stay with your sword.
And Arthur's just gonna kind of like, for theatrics, kind of like roll his eyes back and then pop them back and be like, well, hey now, I'll give you my sword, but I do want it back.
Is he making fun of me?
No.
The question mark is good. Yeah, I'm glad it's there.
Can you patch up my hand though? Because it is, it's still bleeding. You have like a rag or something I could.
There's a clinic right here.
Right. So if I hand you the sword, you'll let me go inside and get this patched up.
Yes.
Fantastic, Governor. Thank you. And Arthur will hand the sword to the officer, making a great start. I really.
All right. Now that's enough for him to be. I mean, he's still suspicious that you just literally sliced your hand open right in front of him, but he's going to accept the sword and then step out of the way of the door to let you go in first, at least. And now he's actually going to be a little distracted looking at the sword. So you've done what you set out to do at the very end.
Fantastic. Arthur is going to go inside, take a really deep breath. Is there anyone in here?
Yeah, there's a nurse at the counter.
Hi. Can you help me, please?
Oh my gosh. And she looks a little woozy for just a second.
No. Don't tell me that you have a thing for blood.
Whew. Yes. Sorry, dear. Oh, just give me just a moment. Okay. Let me just get some bandages and then she will get to work on bandaging up your hand. She still looks woozy the whole time. Her
Great.
face is pale. All right, and now back to the other group. What is up, my friends? Yeah, I summoned Mrs. Doubtfire. All right,
It was good.
That's I did that because I don't think we really set up like full on medical staff in our planning sections, which is fine. We just make them as we go. Why don't you, Philip, roll investigate mystery, and also you can have gotten inside as well, Big, if you would like to have, unless you're planning on standing outside. I don't know, but you don't have to roll because the window's open.
Yeah, sure. I'll offer a helping hand to Philip. I'll slip in.
So you want me to investigate a mystery?
Unless you have something else that you would like to do. You said
can I first get just a description of what this body looks like? I ripped the sheet off.
It is very disgusting. This body is black and blue. You can see bones and blood. It is bloated. The skin has blistered a bit in places. It's very gross.
Is the brain intact?
Why don't you roll to investigate a mystery, please?
Okay. Okay, that is a 4 and a 5, plus my 0 sharp is a 9.
Okay. Does Fig want to help out?
I think this is the game we play. You invite me to roll dice and then I fail.
I'm just asking if you want. You can say no here.
I think that Fig would help. Just even though, wow, this word picture you've painted for me is absolutely disgusting. Fig will definitely help.
Okay, roll plus cool.
That is 5 plus 4 is 9. Flat 9.
Okay, so no pluses. All right. So on a 7 to 9, your help grants them +1 to their roll, so that does make you you have full success. But you also expose yourself to trouble or danger. We'll get to that.
Oh, good. The first thing I'm going to look at is what happened here to the body.
This body, so it definitely looks like a body that has fallen from a great distance into a body of water. But this body is at least like months old as far as how it's rotted and it's like you can begin to see the bones in places that bones aren't broken. The skin itself has grown tight to the bones themselves.
Is the brain still there?
The brain is decayed.
That makes things difficult.
In fact, the whole body is mostly decayed, which is not normal for a body to have just washed up on the beach of someone who died yesterday.
Okay. And then my second question will be, what is being concealed here?
Okay. This can be where the danger comes in as well, because the way that you find this out is we'll have Fig. Fig, I guess, isn't very squeamish, right? Fig would not be super squeamish about kind of stuff, so maybe she's a kind of, maybe even moving a bit of the body to look at different spots of it, and your hand goes through its like area around the kidneys, and when it comes out, the everything inside of this body is kelp.
Kelp?
Kelp. Like kelp or seaweed or whatever you want to like it is ocean veggies essentially. So anywhere that an organ would be is kelpified.
Ocean veggies.
If you search out any further inside of it, there's even some other like sea life. There's like a starfish where the stomach should be that sort of thing.
Ooh.
Yeah. And Fig
Oh no.
hears something whisper in her ear, and it says, "Wouldn't a swim feel lovely?"
Ooh,
And it
interesting.
would. It so would. The strangest thing about this voice is that it's yours. Wouldn't a swim feel lovely? And it would right now. Like right now, the only thing that you want to do is go to the beach. Forget the mystery, forget the dead body found on the water. You just want to go to the beach and go for a swim. That just sounds great to you right now. And for now, that's all there is to it. You don't have to act on what's going on. But just know that that thought is in your head, and you can mention it if you think it's if you think that Fig would think it's weird that she herself would want to go swimming, then that's fine. But otherwise, that is what's happening to you right now.
Um, the gears are turning, so I'm trying to remember how to do a southern accent. Sorry.
Okay.
Hello, pleasure to meet you. Nice to
Right.
meet your acquaintance.
Yeehaw, cowboy.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Hello.
Right. No. Philip.
Yes, hello.
Let. Did we see everything that we wanted to see?
Maybe, but I was thinking, the dark thoughts are coming to my mind.
Right, so maybe we should get out of here then. I
Would
don't
you
want to
give
know.
me your knife?
Why? Oh, son, why?
I feel as though we must investigate further.
I don't think we do. I think that we should probably go. I'm ready to go.
Well then, I guess I'll do it myself. And he floats over to where he's like over the head of the body. And
I mean, there are medical utensils around.
oh, that's true. Okay, I'll grab a scalpel. And what he's going to do now is he's going to... Whoa, my lights just flickered.
Oh no!
Maybe that's an
no,
omen.
no.
Oh man,
As I'm about
The
to commit
production
dark
value.
deeds.
it's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Someone clip that. That was fun for me if that caught on stream at all. Cool. So, I think so. What I'm attempting to do here is to use my dark magics, and Philip is going to hold his arm over the corpse's face and stab his arm with the scalpel and deal himself 1 harm as his dark rotten blacky blood seeps out of his arm into the corpse's mouth as his eyes glow green and he starts chanting deep dark phrases and words.
God, I knew that I was fucking terrified of you for a reason. Jesus
Ratas,
fucking
Ote Breto Stefato Rate Ratesenta.
Philip. Dude, this is not alright. They're gonna... Jesus.
And I'm going to try to use one of my one and only rote, necromancy, to try to bring this corpse to life to ask it a question.
Okay.
So I'm going to.
How does this work?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll magic. So this will either go pretty good or pretty bad. So we'll figure that out when we get there.
Oh my god.
Blah, 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 blah.
Baba Booey.
Okay,
Big
I rolled a
shit
6 and a
is
5, which is an
Oh.
11.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God. Thank God. I'm so confused.
plus my 2 weird is a 13. But for those who don't know, the big thing with the hex is these things called rotes, where I can take a use magic move and sort of complicate it further and make it its own spell with its own requirements. For my one and only rote I have right now, necromancy, is my requirements are magical words and ritual gestures, and the spilling of blood, 1 harm to me or a willing person. And so on a 10 plus, the target is revived and partially sentient, and can only do menial tasks. You may ask it a question and get a 1 straight answer. It will die again in 24 hours.
Okay. Well, I know what's gonna happen with this, but so
Unless it's like of course, the caveat to this that we decided was unless it's to a decomposition, like it's up to a point where it literally cannot function as a possessed corpse.
After having looked at it, if this thing puts weight on its legs, it looks like it could just snap in half.
Okay.
But what's going to happen is you hear a gurgling sound that sounds like someone gargling water for just a moment, and then suddenly the corpse on the table coughs and black vile goo bubbles out of its mouth and splashes up onto your face as it coughs and takes its first breath after death. What do you want to do?
Okay, I haven't actually done this in a while, so every time I've tried this, it's mostly ended badly. So I'm surprised this worked. In all honesty, the dark thoughts just call me to do it, and most of the times it goes bad. So, he sort of he has his frog hoodie up, so he sort of unzips it and moves and moves the dark goop away, and looks down, and he's like, I don't actually know what I was. Do you have a question you want to ask, Fig? I just sort of. This was more of an impulse decision.
You bring people back to life. For what? You don't even know what you want to ask them? You get one. How many questions do you get? 3?
No, I mean you get they can answer like they can nod yes or no, but it takes a lot of like spiritual energy to like form words. So if you really want one like straightforward answer, you just sort of go with that,
Does it hurt them to be back alive? I can't imagine.
If you want, if
good.
that's your question you want to ask, I guess you can ask if it's in pain. Most likely, yes.
You know what, Philip? I don't think I want to know because I feel like a fucking accessory to this crime against humanity.
Okay. Let's start with an easy yes or no, nodding yes or no. Okay. Hello. Can you understand us?
So normally they don't talk much, right? Like that's something that you've just established.
Yes, they do. Yes, specifically. So like on a 7 to 9, they can only do like yes or no questions, and on a 10 plus they can provide like they can. I specifically put that they can answer only one like full like a sentence question, but besides that they also are only derived to yes or no.
All right. The creature on the table looks around in a panic, and then looks up to you in understanding, and speaks. She calls.
Okay, interesting. Can you give me a name?
She calls.
Okay,
Unless you're saying
so-
that's your one question that you want to ask.
Okay. Cool. So wait, what are we considering my one question?
I don't know. That's like that's the answer you get. She calls, unless you are saying the name is the one thing you're actually asking. Because
Okay,
I am going to give you that in a certain way, but I need to know what your one question is.
Okay, are we cool with? I turned to Fig. So are we cool with like a name? Do we want a name? Do we want a location? Do we want a modus operandi?
If we can get the name or descriptor of whatever did this, that would save us a lot of work and a lot of time. But
Okay, a dark being that I've brought to life to serve my every whim. Please tell me the name of the person you're talking about.
In the water. The siren calls. And then it coughs up more goop on your face.
Okay, well, that's fun. That's nice. Okay, so should I put it out of its misery now? Or do you want to ask some more yes or no questions?
It starts to move. Like it's trying to stand.
oh my,
Hey,
oh
look,
my
hey,
god!
bud,
Please
hey,
turn
you
it off.
can't-
Turn it off, Philip. Please.
Turn it off.
He takes the scalpel
the
that
batteries.
like has his blood over it and just starts stabbing its face.
Oh my god, Philip.
All right, it goes limp.
Holy shit, dog.
I have brought you back into the world, and I shall take you out once more. Okay, let's go.
Great. Oh god, Philip. We're gonna have to have a fucking talk.
We're
gonna
talking
have to
right
have
now. What's your
no,
favorite color?
A discussion. Not in here. Not after you just did that. Help me cover the body back up, please. And then let's get the fuck out of this basement. And I'm gonna have to sit you down. And I'm gonna have to sit Cole down. Because that boy is impressionable. And if he sees you do, I can't do this right now.
He's
And
definitely seen you do it.
Lord Almighty. And
Well,
I think that
remember the last time, remember the last time we hung out, just a few months ago when that zombie you helped me kill, that was just this thing. It was the same thing that you helped me out with.
oh no! Don't tell me that. Oh no! Oh man!
But that
It's
was a
not like
failed
it's
one,
any
okay?
better the second time around. And I am going to grab the cloth from the floor, or wherever Philip has yeeted it to yote it, wherever Philip doth yote said cloth, and put it back over the body.
All right, so
And
cool.
Fig is leaving the basement
Um,
first. She is not waiting for Philip.
That's
She
fine.
wants out.
Really quick though, what body?
Don't do that to
No,
me.
no, Dustin.
Not this shit again.
You gotta be shitting me.
Are you actually serious?
Yes. The only thing that's
Oh.
on the gurney now is water.
Philip, where did you put the body?
I don't know. Good news is since I don't believe I failed the ritual. It shouldn't be aggressive.
Philip, do they normally run away?
Again, I have not really. This is the first time I feel like I've successfully done it. Most times when it goes bad, like say in a meta sense, I had rolled less than a 6.
Yeah, let me I'm just going to give you the information here. This has nothing to do with what you just did.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so like magically speaking, you severed your connection with this thing and it died again. Like
Oh, okay.
This
Okay,
has
so
nothing
you're
to
saying
do
I can
with
sort of
what
get
you
that
did.
vibe.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
give you that just so you don't think that it's because of something you rolled. This is not the thing. This is
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So luckily though, I don't think I sort of get the feeling that this wasn't related to me. So I don't think the body's alive still. Hopefully, if it was brought back and not by me this time. But it is gone, so that's also weird.
I think, oh fuck. Alright. Cool. Hey Keeper, can I
Yeah, what's up?
potentially use one of my moves?
I'll allow it.
Okay, let me read it to you. You let me know if you feel like it works in this situation.
Okay.
So the tracker gets a move called tracking. When you find a spot where a monster has been, you may look for a trail. Roll plus sharp, and then you get a certain amount of hold based on that.
Ooh.
Very good.
Though this was a human, I feel that perhaps, being filled with kelp and also goofy Philip blood goop, I would consider at this point this thing to be a monster. So,
Well, it's funny because the stats I have also determine that this thing could be a monster.
very
So-
cool.
Sure. Why don't you roll your thing?
All right, I am rolling plus sharp. That is a 4 plus 2 plus 2. I gotta just not use the curse dice. That's 8. So on a 7 to 9, I hold 2.
Okay.
If it was a 10 plus, I would hold 3.
Sure.
So just so that everyone knows what I am capable of, my hold can be spent at any time while looking for the creature to follow its trail some distance, determine how long ago it was here, identify how many there are, figure out how fast it was moving, or get an idea of how big it is. So I know most of those already. I think step 1 is definitely just follow its trail some distance. I want to know where this thing has gone. Please.
Okay, I'm trying to think how to, like, you can definitely do it, and I know how you can do it. I'm just trying to think how to, like, get you on the trail, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because in this room you're not going to find anything, so let's just say that when you move on for here in a moment, like out of this room, I will tell you what you see to help guide you on your. Is that okay?
Mhm, that's
Okay.
fine.
Because
Yeah.
in this room, you're not going to see anything other than what you see right now.
Okay. Yeah, I think that Fig is probably recounting to herself in her own head, like, okay, full of kelp and some random sea life, like, was this looked like this, whatever, and it's just like, fuck. Oh, Christ. I think that we've made enough of a mess here. Philip, let's go make sure the others haven't gotten into some kind of awful trouble.
Okay.
I mean, what's the worst that they could have done? Gotten accosted by a cop and pretended to be crazy?
No,
No.
us never.
Okay. However, nothing really of like, unless you guys want to do anything in the clinic, when they come back, it'll be with Arthur with his hand wrapped and his sword is back with him.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and say that now. With all of the technical issues and stuff like that, we're going to skip our usual break and just continue on through because we're going to be ending within 30 to 45 minutes at this point anyway. So we're just going to keep heading, keep hitting it. So make sure you stretch and join our Discord and give us your snacks on your snack check for that. So, but otherwise, let's just keep barreling on through so we can get this set up for a third and final session. Because I don't think we're going to, unless you guys want me to cut out an entire plot, we're probably not going to finish it.
That's okay.
Okay. All right. So you get back up to the parking lot, and yeah, that's what you see. You see Arthur with a bandaged hand, and I would say that like you will show up just in time for the officer to just finish giving Arthur a very stern talking to about the safety of weapons and things like that, which Arthur's probably not too pleased about, I would assume, but
Arthur has
it
checked
is
out.
what it is. Yeah, okay. All right. So and then the officer turns and nods to you again as if nothing happened, and then goes back inside the.
Sorry, I had to play you off as crazed.
That's okay. It's not really too far off, I guess.
See, but you're normally not.
No,
God.
I am not. But, gotta sell it.
Yup.
Do you have any more Tylenol?
No more Tylenol for you, good buddy.
Damn.
The nurse would have given him like 2 things of Tylenol for the pain in the hand.
Nice. Gotta get that morphine. Arthur's just gonna kind of like look at the two approaching and be like, "What, Philip? What's on your face?"
I don't know if it's my own blood or the blood of the body. I was not truly sure about that. Didn't have a moment to taste it.
They're gonna.
Hey, Philip, what the fuck?
Arthur's gonna look at Fig.
Do you guys mind if we maybe step away from this area to talk about what the fuck just happened?
That sounds good.
Arthur nods.
We kind of did a sword crime, and I'd like not for the police to think more on that, because somehow they seem to ignore the fact that I also have a sword.
It's a bit rural out here. I mean,
They've arrested.
having a sword is fine.
See, but I think open carry laws are different for swords.
The best sword crimes are the ones that the cops don't catch you for.
And they've arrested people for worse. It's okay.
How did I end up here? How did I get here?
I don't know how you got here, but you can certainly see that something else has passed this way. as some of that black goop is on the ground, and it did not fall from his face.
As you question your place in the universe.
Yeah, I think so that I don't spend 10 minutes just recounting what happened, I think that I would fill Arthur and Ren in on the crime that Philip has just committed against humanity, not necessarily,
Their faces getting
such
more and
things.
more horrified.
Yeah.
You see Philip like wipe the goo and go,
Oh, beef.
Aw,
Um,
who needs a snack check?
I don't
a
think
snack
it's
check,
mine.
Trevor made fried rice.
Nice.
And his
Nice.
smells real good.
Looks good.
I was gonna say something. I will fill them in on what happened, and I will recount for them that the corpse said a certain thing, and then also point that I see the goo on the ground and say, I think that wherever the body went, it left that mark. If I don't know that I want to follow whatever just happened, but
You guys also realize that if Fig had not pointed that out, that was the same goop, it looks like it could just be
Yeah, oil on the parking lot.
oil spill or even just water. Honestly, like it's a darker color for sure, but it's not like super thick. I know I described it as goo, but it's like the oh my gosh, it's like the goo
Vinegar.
from Goo Lagoon in SpongeBob.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
I
interesting.
have to look that up.
Arthur's just gonna kind of look at the group and say, if that's where the body went, we probably shouldn't stay here, because now the body's gone and someone's gonna notice pretty soon.
Yeah, I feel like maybe our objective should be to get to that body as fast as possible, because I think we're the best equipped to deal with it in this town vicinity.
And at
Okay.
this point, you guys hear a shout coming from inside the clinic.
Fuck.
Arthur's gonna run.
Same
Fig's
with
gonna-
Ren.
Yeah, Fig's gonna jog.
Philip's gonna force himself onto the ground and weirdly wobble after him.
Like a golem crawl.
Christ almighty.
I'm just imagining like Arthur and Ren just like full out sprinting, Fig like running casually after them, and just like the girl from the ring walking Philip, just like skittering across the ground. Which I know was not you described at all. But that's just what's in my head.
No, that's totally valid. Be something I do.
Are we running in the direction of the beach?
We are. I mean, you are, not we. I'm not there.
Let's see.
Oh.
So
Wait,
okay,
so the
what-
screen was
you
inside the
never
medical
mentioned to me
center, or
we're having thoughts of the beach, right?
I mentioned it to Ren.
No, I'm
Oh.
saying like Fig has been having thoughts about going to the beach. Like I didn't know if she told Philip that.
The scream did come from inside the medical center, by the way.
Okay.
Masha.
You
And I assumed you were running away, but I guess you could have been running to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was asking if Fig had told Philip about the thoughts of going to the beach.
I didn't realize you were actually asking me. I thought you were just like, I don't know if Fig has told her, which I guess I could just fucking respond to. I don't know. I don't.
It's totally
Fig would've
valid if
mentioned
you
it.
wouldn't tell the guy who just resurrected a corpse and stabbed it in the face. It's totally valid.
I feel like Fig wouldn't have mentioned it to anybody because there was just so much that happened at once that it would just like not feel like an important detail.
Yeah, like Philip stabbed the body and brought it back to life and then murdered it in cold blood. And I also really want to go to the beach.
Also, I'm feeling down for a swim.
Beach episode?
So, yes, I apologize. Are you running toward the scream to find out what happened, or are you running away from the medical center?
Toward the screen.
Or the scream.
Toward the
Oh, I
scream.
was running. I thought we were running for the water, but Philip's
Oh.
following you.
Well, split the party. I think Fig is gonna follow the body.
Wow, nice, good stuff.
All right, cool.
Should I not do that? Like,
Well, no,
legitimately
you
follow
absolutely
the-
can.
Definitely.
Because
I don't want to.
well, let me explain to those that are running toward it what they hear
I don't want
really
to wait.
quick.
I thought the
Because-
scream was they had found that the body was gone.
What you hear as you get closer is the police officer. You are able to catch because they left because the window in the back, which they might have closed, they might not. I don't know. But regardless, you hear, damn it, not again.
Not again.
I'm gonna
Not
be
again.
following
Not
Fig.
again. Wait. So we are entering into the medical center when we hear that.
Yeah.
But we heard
Can I-
like what Philip did, right?
Yeah. Fig explained everything that happened.
Cool. Arthur's gonna look at Ren and step outside. Just walk
Ren is gonna look right back at Arthur and just,
back up and close the door.
not our problem, not our problem, not our,
Technically, is our problem, but that's why we're closing the door.
is
and
our
running
problem, but we
away.
have plausible deniability.
Correct. Yeah.
And then I think just kind of jog chase after the others.
Do we see, or like by the time that we, I mean, I don't suppose a lot of time had passed, but like, you decide, DM. Can we still see Fig running, or are we like following Philip at that point?
Hey, Fig, how fast you going?
I don't think I'm running. I think I am carefully following the trail because it's
Okay.
probably not an easy trail to follow.
It probably isn't. So yes, you can catch up with.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we do that.
I think they have discovered that the body is missing again. Seemed to imply that this had happened before.
Maybe that's why the bodies keep going missing, or we never see the bodies.
Right? Can't show a family a body if there's no body to show. I assume that it was just because it looked like that, but.
So how many of us have experience with disappearing bodies? I have some.
I have some. I've cornered some weird shit in forests. But nothing like this. And I'll get back to, like, following the tracks and, like, looking around.
Yeah, I didn't mean to make this somewhat similar to my first mystery, like of the first season either. I've only just realized that there's some similarities there. But
What
oops.
are you talking about? You said she calls, not she hungers. It's okay.
It's a different thing.
Right.
Oh man, okay. I'm trying to think. There were I think there were alternate weird moves, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, which one did I pick? I don't remember.
They are alternate weird moves.
I think I ended up choosing sensitive for Arthur. Although, like, he's not like actively doing it. I see it more as like a sense. Like kind of like a hair raise on the back of the neck kind of thing.
Sure.
Would it be possible for me to do that?
How does that work exactly?
Yeah,
I like this the
So-
sensitive.
Yeah, so the sensitive says when you open up your brain to the psychic environment, roll plus weird. On a 10 or more, you gain a definite impression, a vision, tangible aura, overheard thought about something important. On a 7 to 9, you get a hazy impression about something important. And on a miss, your brain makes contact with something dangerous.
Do it. I love it. I love that so much.
And
It's
I
very
think the idea is that Arthur's trying to kind of like maybe give Fig something more to work on, possibly.
Do it. Roll your sensitivity. Because
Okay.
I have something for all three of those options.
Dope. So I rolled a 5 and a 2, thank God. And I have a 0 weird, so just a mixed success, 7.
Okay. One more time, what is the mixed success?
You gain a hazy impression about something important.
Okay. Perfect. Let's see. There's two ways we could go with this. Actually, there's three ways. All right. Either pick a number between 1 and 3 or roll a d4 for me.
3.
3. All right. So when you blink, you see a flash of an image, and it's the fishing shop. And like, normally you can have random thoughts about things, and like that's whatever. But this is so vivid, and like it's way different than like just a random thought of a specific place, especially because I don't even know if Arthur would ever really go to the fishing shop.
Yeah.
But this is a vivid, like just flash of an image of the fishing shop.
I think you all kind of like hear Arthur take like an intake of breath and then kind of like lean against the tree, as if like he's suffered a lot of blood loss. He has actually, but
being raided.
We're being raided.
We're being raided.
Oh,
Democracy.
Yo,
Democracy.
Demo!
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Hello.
you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. You missed some wild stuff in the past hour and a half.
Yep. Good. You came in a good time.
Yeah, definitely came at a good time. Arthur is going to kind of look at the group and say, I think I just saw something.
As in a memory something or a
No, I've never been there before. I think it's that fishing shop.
getting the urge to cast a line?
I don't know if I know how to fish.
I can teach you.
Put a pin in that for now.
I don't know how to fish, but I think it'd be fun to teach someone.
I think you have to know how to do something before you can teach someone, but
I don't know. Fig, what do you think? It's right by the water. It could maybe be something.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth checking out. This is taking us to the water anyway. Do you think think the water's nice this time of year?
It's freezing.
I don't know, I kind of got the feeling that going for a dip would be kind of nice. I guess we'll see when we get there.
in the dead body water?
Do you know how many dead bodies have been in the ocean? It's no matter what, it's gonna be dead body water.
Yeah, but like normally it's not recent or I don't know.
I could go into the water and make it recent dead body water.
All right.
He's got a point.
But
You need to get this black goo blood off me.
we definitely have to get you cleaned up. But if you've got a feeling about a place that you have never been to before, I know you got some weird stuff going on, right? Sensations that lead you places. Yeah. I'll trust it. Let's do it.
Arthur's kind of actually taken aback by the trust that Fig is placing in this, but I think he actually feels kind of like relieved, that somebody is actually believing him. And he's like, I have no clue where that is in this town.
Okay, guess I'll be your little Google Map buddy. Turn left at Friendship Road.
That's not. That's it. That's all right.
God.
You're making it funny. I got it.
All aboard.
No,
the
literally, it's
Friendship.
Friendship Road. We're on Friendship. It's right there.
Who
is
named
it-
these streets?
Interesting name for a street.
If you think that was named weirdly, wait till you learn about the county. Let's go.
And I don't know, Keeper. While we go to the
Fishing
shop,
shop.
the fishing shop, if the trail kind of also goes that way. Also, as I'm following this trail, I'd be curious to know how fast it was moving.
That's a good question.
Ah,
If that's an answerable question, of course.
I know the answer to the question, and it's something that you could likely pick up on it. I just don't know how.
Mm.
Okay, that's okay.
So the spots are very far apart.
Mhm.
Like if it were anybody else looking for this trail, they would not notice that it was even related.
I'm good at my job.
So it's almost like it's not moving, it's just disappearing and then reappearing in a different place. Does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah. Let's get a move on, right?
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Philip, lead the way.
Okie dokie, let us go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be the
going.
front of the train, and you be the backs of the train, and we can do a little, train imagery. I'll be the caboose. Is that the right one?
That's not.
I don't know
I-
much about
Caboose is the
trains.
back of the train.
I know.
Okay, then
a
I
lot
won't
about
be the
trains.
caboose. I'll be the opposite, the anti-caboose. Let's go.
Arthur's gonna
Right.
look at Ren and say, "What's a train?"
It's like a car, a bunch of buses like connected, and can only go certain places. Like it's only got certain roads.
That seems
They're called tracks.
That seems like a really terrible mode of transportation.
It is prone to accidents, I've noticed.
Ooh.
Sounds like it.
But that's not the normal. I've had an interesting train experience in my time.
An interesting train experience.
An interesting train time. I've known some interesting trains. The trains that I've encountered are normal trains.
So-
Normally trains are very safe and good infrastructure.
So, the bait shop, the fishing shop, whatever you want to call it, is, I mean, it's an old building, and it's so close to the water that like it's stained with salt. And there's the wood itself is very old and rickety. Looks like it looks as though if a hurricane would blow in, it would be gone forever. But it's definitely survived its share of storm. So it's a lot like an old ship. And the door is open.
Arthur's just gonna kind of like push it open and hello. That came out separate. Sorry. No response.
No response.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I was letting the silence hang there to let it be eerie.
Okay.
Hopefully it succeeded.
I think Arthur's had a little, Arthur's gonna take out his silver knife, and kind of like palm it in his hand as he enters, and he kind of like holds out a hand to Ren. Is like, give me a minute, and kind of like goes in to see if there's if anything comes out.
Okay. As you walk in, it smells very strongly of fish. It's not it's exactly what you would expect. It's poorly lit. There's like a couple of loose light bulbs hanging from the ceiling inside. And you, as you move in, like are you doing anything? There's a door behind the counter.
Okay.
And it is closed. It says employees only.
We all got a good look at those kinds of like, that may not have any. I think Arthur's gonna look for signs of a struggle, any kind, anything that may like something that's been toppled over, maybe something that's like violently displaced, papers on the floor, things of that nature.
In this area where you are right now, like he's not going past that door, right?
Not yet, no.
Okay, there's a bunch of fish in here.
Okay.
Something smells fishy.
There's just a bunch of fish in here. And Arthur's gonna kind of like look around and then like hop the counter. Knife still in hand, still looking around, but he's gonna wave everyone inside.
Gonna come inside. Ren has their hand on their kobesh and is looking around.
Can Arthur test the door, see if it's locked at all? The employees. As
soon as he touches it, it slowly creaks open. Like it's not. There's not even a handle on it. It's like a push door.
Arthur's gonna kind of like look at the rest of the group.
Ren's gonna approach that direction, go kind of follow behind Arthur.
You got my left.
I do.
Arthur's gonna flip the knife so that the blade's sticking out the side, and he's just gonna kick the door open and step inside.
Okay. Inside is a mess. Not like signs of a struggle mess, but definitely a mess. There's papers and books strewn about. There's a ramshackle bed over in the corner where the sheets do not look like they've been made. There's another door at the back of this area that looks like it would lead outside. It's ajar, so it's not completely open or closed, but it's ajar. And that's all you can get right now. If you want any more, you'll need to investigate.
But there's another door in this room that's ajar.
Yes, and yeah, the light from outside spills inside.
Okay. I think Arthur's going to put his back against the wall and then make his way over to that door and wait for the rest of the group to enter the room as well, but kind of just stand guard against that ajar door.
Ren is going to be checking out those papers because he can read.
I think Fig might actually go back outside and see where that door outside meets up with that room.
All right.
What? Yeah, well, yeah, no, like, can't, like letting she lets
Yeah.
Arthur know.
What a great
That would be funny.
team we are.
PvP, baby.
Yeah, I didn't even think on it, but if I had thought on it, I could have been like, you hear something creaking outside.
Mhm.
Actually, you wouldn't because it's Fig. So
Okay.
no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't hear anything at all. That's the thing with Fig. It's if you hear Fig, it's already too late.
Mm,
Um.
it's a good tagline.
So, what do we want to do first?
Masha, did you have, or were you just moving around to get to that door, or were you looking for something else?
You go first. I was just gonna like see if I saw anything special.
Okay.
I can go first if you want.
I was just
Well,
gonna open the
so-
door.
Yeah, the first here is you two or the one looking at the papers. Those are the two choices right now because you two are going to end up in the same place.
Let's do the papers.
Spoiler alert, I guess. Because if we're looking at the papers, we're rolling investigate a mystery.
I can look at the papers with my -1 sharp. Fuck.
You can't read either.
I can't read either. That's a 6.
6, cool. Yeah. There's some like receipts for things that have been bought recently. There's it was like a map to some fishing spots. There's like it's a mess to be sure, and like it would take you a very long time to be able to organize all of this to really understand it yourself. When you look, but giving it a look over, it looks like it's just stuff. Just somebody's everyday things.
Cool.
All right, yeah. So Fig rounds the corner just in time for a door to push open almost right in front of her. No, I'm just kidding. That doesn't actually happen because what actually happens is Fig rounds a corner and what she sees is it's not quite a garage because it like there's no garage door. It's made of rickety wood, but it's like a wooden canopy almost. And pretty soon after, Arthur does push the door open and sees the same thing, but you're inside this. You're inside this little wooden canopy that looks like it could have been a type of garage. There are tools around the walls. Yeah.
Arthur's kind of like he like looks at Fig and puts away the knife and is kind of like shaking his head a little bit in disbelief. And he's like, "I could have sworn this was gonna be something. I think Arthur's actually gonna like sit down or like are there steps leading down from the door into the
Yeah.
he's gonna sit down on one of the steps. He's like, am I actually going crazy?
If it makes you feel better, I don't think you're crazy.
Thanks, Philip.
He hugs Arthur.
That's okay. We don't have to do that. That's okay. Thank you.
Oh, but I want to.
We'll get there, I'm sure. But we're good.
And we're there.
No.
Let me see.
Arthur, just because we haven't found anything in the 45 seconds that we've been here doesn't mean that there isn't something to be found.
Gotta get those immediate results, people. Immediate results.
Yep. Well, there's nothing here.
Time to
Goes
burn
to the
the
gym
place
for
to the
40
You know what they
for
say,
45
if you're
seconds.
not-
I don't have a six-pack? What the fuck?
I think that you said we're pretty close to the water, right?
Oh yeah, you can hear the ocean. I was actually about to say you can hear the ocean.
Yeah. I think that I would like to kind of like scan, like walk from this little like wooden area to the beach and back, and just like look at the ground, look around the area, see if there's anything
Well,
that
so
shows...
you are close to the water, but not the beach, if that makes sense.
Okay, got it. I will walk back and forth between where I am and the water.
Okay, like you basically, it's like a slightly elevated cliff situation. You could like climb down if you want to. It's not that big of a climb. Like it's not like you're going rock climbing to get down. It's like in Pokemon when you jump off the ledge to the next little area. Like it would be a little bit difficult to get back up because the rocks are probably wet. But you could, like, if you fell down, you wouldn't like kill yourself.
Well, I'll just see what I can see without going all the way down there.
Okay. Why don't you roll me an investigate mystery?
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen, and I
Well.
still offered to do it. Okay. What do we...
Listen, I also just want to point out for those following along at home that Mosh is the only one with a positive sharp skill. So,
That is true.
like, when it comes to investigating a mystery, her character is the one that we're going to be depending on.
That is a 4 + 4 + 2 is 10.
Okay.
Total.
Yeah,
Nice.
hold 2. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What is being concealed?
What happened here?
Okay. Good question. And the main answer there is actually not at the cliff or with the water's edge, but rather back near the garage. There is it's on dirt, so it's not really a burnout, but it looks like there was a vehicle here that left in a hurry very recent.
Whoever was here left real recent. This is fresh dirt.
And they left everything unlocked.
That's not something that a good employee should do. Just leave their shit unwatched. Looking at you, Cole.
Listen, there's mysteries to be solved. All right, he's got stuff to do.
Can I follow up with where did it go?
You can. And the answer is not the water.
Okay.
Because it's mostly dirt, at least for a little bit until you get on the road, you can kind of get an idea of the direction it's heading. And it's heading toward the cemetery.
Well, it seems like this is kind of a little bit of a scavenger hunt here, but it looks like whoever was here went to the cemetery. That's kind of the only thing that's out that way, right? Philip?
I like to hang out there, so sure.
Is Fig still by the water's edge?
I think that Dustin was saying that I saw the kind of like tire burnout in the garage area.
Gotcha.
And then I imagine it probably would have been her like walking along the tire marks.
Gotcha.
So I might just be saying that to nobody in particular.
Arthur's still sitting on that on that step. So
Just always imagine Philip is everywhere.
But
Philip is omnipresent.
Yes.
Ren, did you find anything important in there?
Fuck all. Receipts, unpaid taxes.
Never heard of her.
Yep. Just printed out emails, nothing. Maps of good fishing spots.
Yeah, pictures
mean,
of like cute girls.
Yeah.
It's me, I live here. Well, I think that because the person who was here left in a hurry and they're headed to the cemetery, maybe we should fucking go now? We don't have a vehicle, do we? I didn't bring.
Cole has a van.
No. You gotta. Oh, he's not here. I guess he can't correct you.
Hmm.
It has a name.
I mean, I'm sure we can see it later, but we've been running around town anyway. Might as well go.
And I don't know
To get
about...
your miles in, I respect that. Good to keep your body fit and perfect. I try to lift some iron myself, but usually I just can't.
Gotta start with the little weights first.
Arthur's gonna kind of like squirm a little bit as Philip was talking about keeping his body fit and perfect, and I think he's just gonna
Yeah,
kind of
I'm flipping
awkwardly.
that.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna kind of awkwardly start running or like jogging away. He's gonna jog away.
So to the Are we just jogging to the cemetery? I'm cool with
Okay.
it.
That's what I'm
Yep.
doing.
Oh,
The
shit,
cemetery
Arthur's
is like-
going.
It's like 3 miles away, like from town.
Oh.
So it's a good distance. You can make it. Like it's technically walkable and even joggable, but it's just not like.
Don't worry, we
Would
can
it-
talk and tell stories and
would
learn
it-
more about each other.
Okay, out of character. I can't imagine Fig doesn't have some kind of vehicle, but I
Mhm.
don't think she brought it with her to like this current spot, right? We decided we were following these tracks on foot. Do we know if we are close enough to the library to borrow and or ask Cole to take us to the cemetery? Like, would it be faster to get back to the library?
Did we put the library on the map anywhere? Like I don't remember if we did.
I don't know if we even have a official map.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think
probably
do.
something we
nothing,
should work
nothing
on.
to scale for.
We
sure.
should.
Yeah.
Sure, we can say that the road to the cemetery goes past the library.
Here, I'll make a note of that. The road to the cemetery.
Yeah.
Goes past. The
It
library.
goes past the library in some way, shape, or form. So yes, just to make it nice and simple and easy. If that's what you want to do.
So then I guess we just
Okay.
kind of start jogging in that direction until we hit the library.
LaBerry.
Yeah.
All right.
Biblioteca.
And much like I don't think that there's really going to be, unless you guys want to roleplay with Cole, which I'm fine with because I like Cole. I don't think there's really going to be much that he would, other than him making you tell him what you've already found out and getting really excited that he was right this time. Because, you know, the body literally vanished into a puddle of water. So he's pretty sure there's something supernatural going on finally. And it's not just a wolf. It's easy to get the van. Either way,
Can any of us drive?
I'll try.
Fig can drive.
Okay. Good.
Oh man.
if not, it's getting close to like the evening. So I would say Cole's getting out of work soon, so he can give you a ride out to the thing. But then he'll be there for the whatever. I just won't be rolling for his moves or anything. Up to you guys on how you want to handle it. But regardless, this will be where we end tonight. So however you guys want to decide that, this will be where we end tonight because it's that time, and then we will finish up next for sure.
Dope. Do we want to do end of session questions?
Yes, but first, Masha, what were you saying before I rudely interrupted?
You're good. I was gonna say that I don't mind Cole being there, and I feel like in game it would make more sense for him to be present with his own vehicle, because that's kind of how Monster of the Week is written. Is that like some characters have a thing they can use and others don't. So.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
if
sure,
anyone else
he'll
feels
be
strongly
there.
one way or another.
I do not.
And-
feel
And then we'll get little Cole quips. It'll be great.
Yeah,
He'll be incredibly excited and hopefully
we like
mess
Dustin
everything up.
roleplay.
I mean,
And,
I'm
like we gotta
like
try to kill someone, right? You know.
Yeah.
sure. All right, I don't know where the end of session questions are in the book. I'm going to
Do you want me to read them?
yes.
Did we conclude the current mystery?
No.
No.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
We
Arthur
re-killed
almost
someone.
bled out, guys. You know.
Well,
A certain death, really.
you also didn't save him. The nurse did.
Well, that's true.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
We learned that Fig can hear funky voices that tell her to go take a dip.
Wait, hold up. Did we know that Philip could? Because
That's more the next question, anyway.
Yeah, I think that that leans more.
The reason I
towards
was
the
going to
second
ask
one.
was like, did we know that necromancy was like the type of magic necromancy? Like, was that like that was like a thing?
That's up to you if you want to know, if you want to believe in such things.
That's fair. But yeah,
like-
I guess
At the very least, you learn something new about the hunter.
that's true.
So we at least get one experience. And did we get one experience last time?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, and Fig can also mark that one from last time. as
Yeah.
well.
Dope.
Yay!
Just to keep us all like up with each other.
Yeah, so we're all at 2,
I have 3.
Unless we
yes.
fail the roll.
Yeah, unless we failed a roll,
of course. I apologize.
which is
Um,
2 people now.
And I'm sure it's elsewhere in the book, Dustin, but there's a version of that. There's like the end of session questions on page 223.
Okay, and I found it on page 118. So
I was gonna say it's definitely in more than one space, but
yeah, but thank you, I appreciate it. I'm going to put my bookmark.
yeah, I've got little.
Yeah, I'm going. I need another one, honestly, but right now I'm using Fate.
Nice.
Anyways, so yeah, so everybody mark one experience for that, and that's going to do it for this week of Monster of the Week. I want to thank everybody who's watching for hanging out with us, enjoying that. Thank you so much for the raid
Yes.
earlier
thank you.
demo.
Mhm.
That was wonderful. We'd love to see that. We'd love to see that sort of thing. I don't know if I know anybody who's currently streaming that I was. Oh, hey, Turntables RPG is streaming. We could.
Oh
all of
man,
them.
try
Right, those
raiding.
guys.
familiar with their content.
But yes, we will be back next week for most likely the finale of this mystery, unless some crazy stuff happens. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Thank you, Dustin. This was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Sorry that we
Yeah.
had so little time, but thank you for
Uh,
working with it.
It's
I think it all
fine.
works out.
Yeah. Like here's the real secret with mine. I'm gonna pull back the curtain for you guys and everybody at home.
Behind the scenes.
Most of my mystery is like a skeleton, and then you guys write the rest of it. So
I'm a skeleton.
if we're on a time crunch, you guys already trim the fat out of it. So I'm not like that worried about it. It's I depend on you guys to help. It's a give and take relationship. It's symbiotic. You guys, I have the high points, and you guys take the rest of it. So, but if you guys want to catch up on the mystery so far, the VODs are available on YouTube. They are available right now already, right? So
They'll be available on Thursday because this was
no. I meant
Yeah, the previous
Oh
one.
yes,
previous-
episode 1 is on. Yes, correct. Episode 1 is on YouTube, along with the 12 episodes for Return to OE, and all of season 1 as well, and our Tiny Tables one-page RPG content as well. So
check out those
on there.
tiny tables. They're some of my favorites, just because we get to just go wild. I played Sexy Santa Claus once. I'm not going
That
to tell
is
you
true.
which. I'm not going to tell you which tiny tables it was. You have to go find out. Come back and let me know next week. That's your homework. Tell me where I played Sexy Santa Claus. But that's all from me. Do you guys have anything else to say? Any other final announcements?
no,
I've got them.
Me neither.
All right.
hope
I
everyone
think
has a
everyone
good
should
night.
look at my hat. that
I
my
love you
friend
guys so
gave
much.
me for
That hat and that shirt are great.
Yeah, the
Really
outfit was on
good.
point tonight.
It was.
That's my
But-
announcement.
I love you all. Everybody, you are valued. Remember that. No matter what anybody says, you hold value as a person, and we appreciate you. I'm happy that you decided to spend your Tuesday night with us, and I'm hoping to see you again soon. Love you guys. Have a great night. We'll see you then. Bye.
Night.
Bye bye.
Farewell.
I don't do tax
Godspeed.
evasion.